That's turned out for brunch with us on a Sunday morning here in Fort Worth. It is a blackout here in Schollmaier, so TCU wearing the black today, West Virginia in white, and the opening tip controlled by Sedona Prince. And here's Connor for TCU, and they look right inside for Prince. And good defense by West Virginia as it's knocked away by Blackstead. And you know West Virginia will push tempo here today.
One expect this player to player from TCU, but a lot of pressure on this West Virginia offense. If they can score, that allows them to set up into that full court pressure.
Winterly threw it to the corner to Blackstead. Running out of room on the baseline, 9 on the shot clock. Here's Shaw, good outside shooter. Blackstead has struggled from outside the arc, but makes her first try here today. West Virginia's half-court defense will be put to the test here as TCU brings to the front court Jordan Harrison at the point. Sydney Shaw, good shooter. We already saw Blackstead hit from 3. Kyle Watson making her 91st consecutive start for West Virginia. Prince gets the first points for TCU.
How many points can West Virginia score off of TCU turnovers? That's another thing to watch in this game. Because as much as we talk about TCU's offense, their defense has been really good in the half court as well.
Sydney Shaw.
Pace of this game is so important because as much as West Virginia wants to turn you over, they know that from an offensive perspective, they can't hang if this gets up.
Harrison, excellent facilitator. Drops it back. Blackstead, can she make it 2 for 2? Tracked down by Kyle Watson. Second chance opportunity. Quinterly with the pass inside.
This West Virginia is so undersized in the guard position. They're not able to get to the rim and finish right now.
West Virginia 8th in the Big 12 in rebounding margin. TCU 3rd in the Big 12 in margin.
And for TCU, this is what you're going to see. The ball in the hands of Madison Connor, Prince, or Hailey Van Lith the majority of the game on offense.
6-5.
I would like to see a little more pace from the West Virginia half-court offense because they've got to force some rotations by the TCU players.
It's work for me to keep our marks straight here. There's Mark Campbell in his second season at TCU. Mark Kellogg in his second season at West Virginia. They have a lot more in common than just sharing a first name because the turnarounds and just how they have elevated these two teams to the upper half of the Big 12 standings has been impressive. We'll go into more detail as we go along. Van Lith. First foul on Quinterly, and Van Lith at the free throw line. 80% from the stripe. There is Mark Kellogg, 20th season overall, 491 wins. He was at Stephen F. Austin here in the great state of Texas. Last season, 25 wins.
Oh, sorry, Jordan Harrison. Yeah. Thank you.
Turning it into offense on the other. TCU has a strong team defense, but it is anchored by Prince on the back line, and Prince getting what she wants.
But he said what Sedona's doing for us is just amazing.
2 of those 4 rebounds for Prince on the offensive glass so far. Prince there again defensively. To your point, and Prince an impact.
She may not get blocks, but she will alter shots as well.
Connor couldn't get it. Emma Nopu. 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Traveling violation. Turnover number 2 for West Virginia. 3 blocks already for Sedona Prince. As a team, thanks to, in large part, what Prince does. TCU, 4th in the country in blocks per game. Taylor Bigby on the floor for TCU. Here she is, number 1. Finds an opening and wastes no time to join the scoring.
Well, that was a set play from the bench just to isolate Bigby and let her get downhill.
Jordan Thomas into the game, bringing some size against Prince. She'll make Prince work. And the pull-up by Shaw for her second field goal. Sydney Woodley also into the game for West Virginia, so the Mountaineers going into their bench.
And you're seeing this press of West Virginia just morph from the face-up of a 2-2-1 to a 2-1-2 to a 1-2, and it's all based on the press pressure. She had Thomas down low, and she missed her.
Watson, 5 on the shot clock. Shaw, defended by Connor. Little jab step to get free off the mark. And Connor's got it with time. tipped away. Good hands by Sydney Shaw. Right now, Quinterly on the bench for West Virginia, giving her a little break as we approach the end of the quarter. Van Lith, 4-3, beats the buzzer, nods to the crowd here in Fort Worth. Van Lith knocked down that three. She's got 7 to lead all scores. No Quinterly on the court here to start the second quarter. She was 0 for 4 from the field in the first quarter. It was a good start for West Virginia as Harrison. Hunter on the drive, can't finish, and a good rebound by Watson.
And that's the byproduct of this system, because when they score, they're going to look to press you and turn you over immediately. And you almost wonder if Mark Kellogg realized this is going to be a 40-minute game, so he's trying to give both Quinterly and Harrison some blows here in the first half.
Quinterly, tough shot. She gets into drop. We have not seen that trademark intensity from West Virginia on the press off-made baskets. Why is that?
Well, I think some of it is how TCU's attacking the press, and now they got to figure out a way to attack Sedona Prince on the glass. But I'll also say this about Mark Kellogg's system. It's not just necessarily to turn a team over. It's also prevent them from having full shot clocks, and they've had success at that. They're just not finishing the plays with stops.
On the turnaround, dropped in.
So some of this, and Quinterly almost came to jump, is that ball comes in and TCU's running back, so that makes those jump opportunities so long that's why West Virginia's not going.
Deasia Merrill into the game. She'll work in the post now for TCU to give Prince a break, and here's Quinterly. Quinterly slowed down but not stopped in the lane. Good finish with the left by J.J. Quinterly.
Right now, Mark Campbell's calling every offense, and then Mark Kellogg on the other end telling his players what to do defensively against the set.
Both coaches very involved, play to play, and a blow by to the basket by Bigby. Now Bigby defensively on Quinterly.
Bigby doesn't get hit by that screen. She gets through it so easily.
Thomas is denied on the inside, and Connor will slow things down here for TCU. Inside of 5 minutes to go in the first half. 10th ranked TCU, 17th ranked West Virginia. Two teams in the upper half, of course, of the Big 12 standings.
She is the tallest player in the Big 12, but it's how she's using that length to block shots, to alter shots, but she's also able to see over defenses and get some of those assists. Can West Virginia get to the rim and score, and then is the size advantage going to take over for TCU down low?
8 paint points for West Virginia. Chance here for Van Lith to Bigby. Quinterly hangs in the air to knock it out of her hands. Jump ball possession arrow floated in the air there for a moment just to stay in on that play after the turnover. Prince back into the game. Connor looking for her first three. Oh, that was a deep two, I've been told. All right, keep that thought in mind. 101 and holding, 201 over 2 years. Oh, Prince with another block, but sticking with it and putting it in is Jordan Thomas. Van Lith is open at the free throw line.
Right now, TCU's doing a great job of getting through the screens, not even getting hit.
Turnover, 2-on-1 the other way. Van Lith, more paint points for TCU. Van Lith into double figures with 11, and a timeout called by West Virginia. Has a lot of faith and trust that they'll be able to play with those 2 fouls. Good job by West Virginia. Prince playing with the 2 fouls, getting aggressive, and maybe, see, I told you he trusted them not to commit a foul. It was close. Second free throw to come. More basketball to come. A top 25 showdown with Kentucky, ranked 14th in Lexington. Clean on the ball, so no foul. 3 on the shot clock. Prince calmly sets and knocks it down. Inside of 2 minutes to go in the first half. Harrison turned it over.
Well, back when I played, we took vans a lot. So basically what I know is that 6 players on this team could have probably driven the vans.
One of the young players on this team, one of 2 sophomores on the roster, no freshmen on the TCU roster. Number 9, Texas Tech, and we'll cap the night with another Big 12. It's been a great season this year, 13-2 in the Big 12. They've won 4 in a row.
Eric, I've got to compliment TCU's defense. Players have been beaten off the bounce, but the help side has been there, and it's really congested the paint against West Virginia's dribble penetration.
For all the talk of TCU and what they've been able to do offensively, the defense has not been too shabby here against West Virginia. Another basket for Van Lith. TCU getting what they want offensively. They've scored on their last 7 possessions. 7-0 run. And West Virginia will hold for 1. And the crowd will get a little louder. And they're on their feet here in Fort Worth. Harrison can't hit, and a no-poo to Van Lith, and that will do it for the first half. And it's a great first half for TCU. They have a 19-point lead on the road compared to what they've done at home. They need some of that home cooking here on the road in the second half.
Well, and in true West Virginia fashion, it needs to start with their defense. They've got to be able to turn, and we see some trapping here immediately to start this half, and getting the turnover and convert those turnovers into some easy scoring opportunities.
Watson finds Quinterly. Back for Shaw. Shaw will try it from 17 and knock it down as Connor to the bench. Prince looking for the Van Lith cut. Prince will turn around and try it from deep. It's a 3.
And so that's not going to be in the stat sheet, but that is a shot that was affected by the length of Sedona.
Thumbs up back towards Mark Campbell and the TCU bench. I got it. I know I have 3 fouls. Prince picked up a second personal foul. West Virginia went right after her, trying to put a third one on her. We'll see what happens next trip down the floor.
Quick trap, turnover again.
Harrison's got it. Good shooter. It's on the way, and it's a 3. Sydney Shaw with her 60th made 3 of the season. That is the team leader in that category. And another foul is going to be called here. Big beat. We'll get it across half court. Into the hands of Van Lith. Out of the scramble. Prince has it on the inside. Counted in the foul.
It's been her decision making. So many times I've seen her give up good shots to get great shots for this team.
That's going to be lost out of bounds by West Virginia. It'll be TCU basketball.
First and foremost, this is confident Hailey Van Lith again that we're seeing, and the game is so slow to her right now that she is picking teams apart. But she, in the past, I've seen her look for her shot first and foremost. She is looking for the best shot for her team right now, and that's why I say the decision-making has been what I've been most impressed with here this afternoon.
Quinterly takes it at Prince, can't get it to drop, and the rebound for Emanopu. And off the miss, West Virginia will settle back on defense, and Prince once again showing that handle. She just made her 8th career 3-pointer today, by the way. So now she's just showing the entire toolkit. Handle, the threes, the mid-range game. Van Lith will go to the free throw line. Van Lith with 14 points and 3 assists. All 3 assists, by the way, to Sedona Prince. Donovan Mitchell and the Eastern Conference leading Cavs hosting the Grizz 7 o'clock Eastern tonight. Then the Western Conference leading Thunder in Minnesota to take on the T-Wolves. Coverage starts with NBA Countdown at 6 Eastern time. 1 of 2 for Van Lith. 4 minutes gone by. Quinterly over Prince, can't get it to go.
So, Eric, usually when West Virginia runs that play, Quinterly gets all the way to the rim. Again, another effect of Sedona Prince in the paint that she stopped short with that jumper.
Quinterly off her game today. She's 2 of 10 shooting, came in averaging 19.5 points a game, good for 4th in the Big 12.
When some of that by Quinterly is that she usually gets all the way to the rim.
Van Lith, another assist to Prince, counted and the foul. Prince now with 17 points, Van Lith with 15 points. Harrison trying to do it herself, and she will earn a trip. The middle finger and the ring finger on her non-shooting hand taped up right now.
I'm no doctor, but that says to be jammed finger. The paint has just been so congested when West Virginia has put the ball on the floor.
Connor, I think she thought she had that three, did not. Still 0 from beyond the three-point line, 0 for 3. That doesn't happen too often. Shaw can't knock down the three on the other end. Bigby couldn't grab the rebound. Second chance here for Harrison.
And you got to believe this is going to be for Harrison to get downhill.
Harrison gets fouled.
It's been the dribble penetration. It's been some transition points where TCU's feasting in the paint.
She had a good game in that win against Kansas State. 18 points, was 7 of 14 from the field. What has been different with West Virginia? We talked about the home and the road, but what are some of the things you're seeing with West Virginia that you did not see in that win against Kansas State last time out?
I think a lot of pressure has been on their half-court offense to execute against the much taller TCU because they haven't consistently been. Talk about buying into the culture.
Play to your strengths. Oh, the lob wouldn't drop for Prince. She doesn't give up on the play, but taken away by Harrison. Harrison with the quick push, and down she goes, and a foul. Harrison 4 for 4 from the strike today. 14th ranked Kentucky in Lexington for another big Sunday of women's hoop across the ESPN networks.
Talk about star power in that Kentucky LSU game.
Connor shut off. Emma Nopu will try for 3 and knock it down.
It's been the other players that have really impressed me. Emma Nopu, Hunter, they just do their job, and all of a sudden you look up and they've got double digits. What you need from TCU is the balance, and so it doesn't matter who's scoring as long as this team is scoring, and that's why I'm going to go back to, I think the assist number for TCU will be back to the inbounder off that trap. They found the player in the middle of the floor.
Ball's on the deck, grabbed by Van Lith. Out of the scramble, no reset of the shot clock. It's at 9. They find the open player. Deasia Merrill puts it in for her first points. Quinterly on the floor with those fingers taped up. Good move to get free, but it won't drop in. And last touch by West Virginia. That's how you attack the pressure right there. A couple of quick passes, get it into the front court, and you get an open look, but then a foul is called. I'm about ready to do some quick math. That's your favorite part of the show when I do some quick math, right? Hailey Van Lith with 15 points.
That's pretty good for Hailey, too.
That's a lot of points.
Now give me the per-game average.
I'm just stalling until some of our better minds can pull out their phones.
Quick math has turned into slow math.
That's my new math. Slow math. Quinterly. West Virginia, I'm sorry, Christy's outscored TCU 18-15 here in this third quarter. Can they get a stop here? Van Lith can't get it. West Virginia trying to corral the rebound. And they hold on to it just long enough to get to the end of the quarter. All right, so
this Alabama girl likes her boots.
West Virginia was a +3 in scoring that quarter. They begin the quarter down by 16, and they have the first possession. It's been a different combination on the floor here for Mark Kellogg. When you talk about personnel, trying to find a magic formula, and Moore has brought a little spark off the bench.
What I've seen is with Moore in, he's posting her up, going against Emma Nopu to get Sedona Prince away from the rim and try to get some easier scoring options.
14-point game. Bigby. And one. Saw the opening, took advantage, took the contact. The junior from Las Vegas who spent the last 2 seasons at USC.
But I'll still go back to very few games have I watched at West Virginia where their opponents have more points off of turnovers.
And Lith and Prince. Back outside Bigby. Prince on the post up. Won't drop. Quinterly with speed to the basket for 2. Chance for a 3-point play for J.J. Quinterly.
I'm sorry, Watson.
Connor. Hunter. Tough spot on the baseline, won't drop. And the rebound for Harrison. Harrison's got great speed. She'll push now. Shaw's their best shooter. Inside. Reverse won't drop. Sticking with it is Thomas. Thomas still sticking with it. And a jump ball. Possession arrow will give it to TCU.
I love the effort by the freshman Thomas, though. Gets great positioning, just could not get the ball to fall, but stayed with it.
Back live, TCU quickly got it into play. The first few possessions of the second half, it almost looked like they were surprised by it. It was a different press than what West Virginia showed in the first half.
But I'll go back to
Harrison steps back and launches a three that misses the mark, and a rebound for Connor. That means West Virginia will settle back, and TCU will work a little clock inside of 7 minutes to go. Great cut. Prince finding Van Lith. Quinterly over to Harrison. Deep three. Emanoku lost the handle, but stuck with it. Controlled again by TCU.
And that's why I was shaking my head when she committed that foul. I don't know if that was just frustration, but definitely will impact West Virginia the rest of this game.
Van Lith with the finish. 11th time this season she's gone for 20 or more, the 46th time in her career. Shaw can't get it to drop, and Van Lith has a rebound to add to her total today. That's her 5th.
You're impressed with Van Lith's scoring and finishing, which has been pretty nice. I'm still going to go back to her passing today. It's been really on point.
But she says, hang on a second. I'm enjoying the scoring here today. West Virginia out of the timeout, approaching 4 minutes to go. Quinterly playing with 4 fouls.
So another shot affected by Sedona Prince that Blackston didn't continue to try to get to the rim.
Harrison with 1. Blackston has to launch, and she buries another 3. How many people would have thought there'd be that kind of dominance here in Fort Worth a couple of years ago when they went 1-17 in the Big 12?
Well, based on the crowd that has shown up here today, I think the word is out.
Their season low in scoring, 54 against Oklahoma State. Emanoku open for 3. Offensive rebound and the putback for Bigby. We expected a big edge on the glass for TCU, and they've delivered. They're a plus 14 in rebounding margin, and a turnover by West Virginia will take us inside of a minute to play. And they'll be able to celebrate for an extended period of time here inside this building, because it's going to be another win for TCU, Christy.
And it has been a balanced win. I know we talk about the big 3 of Sedona Prince, Hailey Van Lith, and Madison Connor, but the other players, whether it's been Bigby on the glass, Bigby off the bounce.
Baylor with a 15-point win yesterday. A couple of the Big 12 showdowns. 5th ranked Houston, 9th ranked Texas Tech, and then closed out by Kansas and Colorado at 11 o'clock Eastern time. Baylor's been so good since that loss here in this building to TCU. They've won 8 in a row after yesterday's win. And TCU's a team right in the mix for a regular season title.
The one thing I know about Baylor and Nikki Collins is that she always has that team peaking in March. And look out for TCU, because I can say the exact same thing for Mark Campbell's team as well.
On the cut, Van Lith. What's been a memorable year so far for TCU. It feels like there are still some memories to be made. Perhaps in the last week of the regular season, perhaps in Kansas City in the Big 12 tournament, and perhaps in the NCAA tournament as they get set for their first NCAA tournament appearance since 2010. What a turnaround.
All I'm going to say is if you're the record keeper here, you better refresh that pen, because the records are going to continue to drop this season.
Final seconds. Perhaps a final shot for West Virginia. And it's going to be a turnover, and that's how the game will end for West Virginia. They'll host Utah on Wednesday, then wrap up the regular season at Cincinnati next Sunday. But this game was all about TCU. The Frogs stay perfect at home with a 21-point win.